There we are. Okay. Hello. So on today's expose, we are choosing Karma because we've already done Magma and it sounds similar-ish. um, so this is Juan Cao Man. I don't think I'm saying that right. Juan. I don't think I'm saying that right.
Swan.
It's
Swan.
Swan. Swan. Thank you.
Swan.
Swan, like bunny swan. um, and she has the ability of remote possession, mental possession, sensory scrying. Oh, that spelled that witch word, scrying. Yes, illusion casting, psychic shield, mind control, telepathy. She's got hand-to-hand combat. She knows firearms. She's pretty cool. First appeared in December 1980, created by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller. She's from Vietnam. Oh my gosh, she's got a twin brother. But I don't know that much, so maybe Chad can tell us some more.
What do you want to know?
just a quick.
There's a lot of backstory about her.
I mean, she escaped from Vietnam during the war with her family. Her mother was killed by pirates. Her father and her uncle are war criminals. Her brother turned evil and then got absorbed into her soul until he was resurrected out of her on Krakoa. The Shadow King once possessed her for a long time. I love her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
She's a great character.
When written by the right person.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
Ain't that the way?
Yep.
Welcome to Bayville, my new home. It's time you remember why they call me Storm.
Look at me, I look fat. Do I look that bad to you? Easy, you fuzzy elf. Everything is going to be just fine.
That was tight. I give it 2 thumbs up.
Welcome to this week's Solving Frex. My name is Sean. I'm your ultimate excavationist.
And I'm something of an X-fan myself, Kevin.
And I'm your astonishing X-Men stan, Ryan.
And
And
I'm
that's
Chad
for-
Anderson, and I get
Chad.
so sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I'm Chad Anderson. I get to come hang out at your house today.
Yes.
Yay.
And Chad, so you were on for the finale of season 1. Now we get you for the finale-ish of season 3. This is synergy. This was meant to happen.
Season 1 was crazy. Season 3 was easy.
Yeah.
I mean,
So before we get
Go on,
going
tell
here,
him.
how was your Father's Day?
My children forgot, and my youngest, I reminded
no.
them, and I made them feel guilty. So my youngest made me the most bare bones lazy card you've ever seen. It said like "Happy Father's Day" in like small print on the top of a giant piece of paper, and that was the entire card, and nothing else was done. That was my Father's Day. I made them meals.
Oh no. Well, we'll celebrate you as daddy on here because you're very daddy.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yay.
And I'm sorry. What were you going to say, Kevin? I cut you off.
Oh no, we can just get into it before. I was going to tell Chad where this is supposed to take place and all that stuff. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I made a fun little mistake. I thought we'd use it to our advantage. So I told Chad we're doing a season 2, episode 13. So he watched season 2. What's your take on season 2 of X-Men Evolution since it was your first watch through?
Wow. I mean, boy, it went everywhere. I somehow can't get past Boom Boom's hair more than anything. But
Thank you.
but a fun ride. And then the only episode I've seen of season 3 was the one we're going to talk about tonight. I just skipped the whole thing and went right to the end.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's very standalone.
Every
it's a
episode of
filler.
season 2 felt like a completely different show, kind of. Like, I mean, it's the same characters, but they were all wildly different plots. We went to Africa. The Mesmero showed up. It was crazy.
Yeah. And it gets even crazier. All right. So before we get into our show, starting with Sinister Gossip Sesh of Doom, I wanted to take a minute, and I'm releasing this early as well, just because I want to get information out there as soon as possible. So I did get a chance. This is my lovely tomato face from being in the sun all day on Saturday, because I went to the No King's Day March at City Hall. We wanted to make sure to go to like the main one in LA and like really like, if we're
Yeah.
going to do this thing, we're going to do this thing. So before the narrative starts to get skewed, before the news starts to turn more and more fake, I wanted to make sure to give my personal experience being at the No King's Day March. So just to give a little bit of context, I met at my friend Tino's house in North Hollywood, if you're from LA. And we took the train from there with my friend Jessica into the city. And we had our little posters with us. One of my posters said, "This queen doesn't need a king." And the other side said, "Love thy neighbor, not thy dictator." It was funny because when we first got there, we were walking up the steps from the subway and we hear all these cop sirens just blaring. And we looked at each other, we're like, is this already starting? Like, what are we getting ourselves into? But they just so happened to be passing by. So we were like, whew, okay, crisis averted. So we got to City Hall, and I can't express in words how beautiful the whole day was. There was just there was no I didn't see any National Guard myself. I didn't see any Marines myself. I know some were out because some people had video and said they saw them. The police presence was very minimal. I barely saw police. They were mainly there just to block us from like, you can't walk on the freeway, you can't walk down this street, and that's it. They were just leaving us alone. And so to have that many people walk peacefully, we had no issues that I saw. I don't know if anything's been reported, but we had no issues of violence. We had a band drive by playing music in a truck, playing Latino music. We had like the part that really got me is when we were walking back, we stood over the 101 freeway looking down at the cars passing, and there's just people all around. You can see this on my Instagram, but all the cars were honking at us. Like when we were walking, even though we were blocking traffic, people were getting out of their cars and honking and cheering for us. Like it just felt like all of LA was there to support us. And if you weren't there to support us, you better go inside your house because everybody else is supporting us in all of LA. So it was just a
Yep.
very beautiful experience. And I just, I'm so proud that I was able to be part of it. And anybody who tries to say like we were paid to be there, there is violence, or we only behave because this or that, like no, this was just people like all with a common belief, no matter what religion you are, no matter what your personal background is, no matter who you are, like we all were there for one common goal, and that's just freedom for everybody. Like stay within the Constitution, stay in your lane, Trump. So thank you to everybody who just across the nation. I don't know if you guys have heard, there's even people, I saw a video of people in Australia, the UK, France, the Netherlands, all over the world were like rooting for us here in America. So this was the biggest protest ever. Just want to share.
That's
Amazing.
awesome. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing.
Yeah, I was in
You're
Portland. I
welcome.
wasn't in the protest, but I saw some and I clapped. I rolled down my window. I'm like, "Yay, everybody!"
A round of applause for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know this doesn't fix everything, but I think this was a really big step in showing Trump that we're not here to play. Like we don't believe in what you're
Right.
doing and you need to change it.
His terrible attended birthday party. What?
Yeah. I love seeing pictures of his poop face. Like, my birthday's ruined. All right. But let's go ahead and move on. So, the sneak peek of Ironheart is out. Did anybody get a chance to see it?
The trailer looks amazing. Ryan Coogler is unbeatable. I'm super excited for it.
I am too. And I'm so happy we finally got to see the Hood. I don't know why, but like he's kind of a cheesy villain, but I love him. He's just so ridiculous. I have this magic hood. I'm like Red Riding Hood with powers.
It's pretty dark. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. And Ryan, you came across a sneak peek of Shea Coulee's character. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so apparently it is revealed that Shea Coulee's character is going to be a main character in quite a few episodes, and their character's name is Slug. Their pronouns are he, they, them, And I know that a lot of people were speculating that Shay was actually going to be Dark Veil. It's really funny though too, because the photo that they have is Shay as Slug.
Green.
They have a shaved head, kind of, almost a little bit, but then there's green hair on it too. So I'm like, what are you doing? Why that's still Dark Veil-esque. But then also when reading into the article more, it also states that Slug has a background and has several names. And in their past, they were a drag queen, but are no longer that because they're like in hiding or something like that.
Oh.
So maybe they really
do you
are
guys
Dark
know? Do you guys know the Marvel character Slug?
Mm-mm.
Slug is like a super obese drug dealer named Ulysses Lugman, who like suffocates people in rolls of fat. No joke. That's a wild choice.
Yeah.
If you look at,
I don't think Shea Coulee would like that.
Sean, I'm sure they're updating the character. Sean, I'm going to
Yeah.
text you a picture of Slug murdering someone that I happen to have on
Oh
my
my
computer.
god.
Yeah,
Why would you just so happen to have that?
Well, I was the Marvel Handbooks guy, right? I've got character
that's
profiles
right.
and everybody. I just texted you a photo. You can put it in the group chat or whatever. But like, it's Slug murdering someone. This is a crazy character for. They must be updating it clearly. Really, right? I don't know if you can share it with the group. It's nuts.
I can share it. I can't.
That's a crazy. That like blew my mind when you just said Slug. Right? That's crazy.
That's
The
what
eyes,
it
like,
is.
what?
Yeah. I know. I'm seeing photos of them on the internet right now, and I love that he like sometimes just wears a black robe with purple shorts.
Yeah. No superpowers. He's like that story of like the man that's so obese that he like can't get up off the couch kind of thing, right? Like it's like Brendan Fraser in The Whale, and every line of dialogue about this character is like making fun of his obesity. Truly just a rough character. That's a crazy choice. That's truly nuts.
I found the photo you just sent Sean in the Google search too. I love also too, and just in the middle of it, there's just a photo of Maggot. They're like, let's just throw Maggot in there with all these photos of Slug.
Like cousins.
Yeah. Oh, they're brothers, Slug and Maggot.
Maggot.
Oh my gosh.
All right. For our previously on question, this one was not popular. I'm sorry, everybody listening. Sometimes these questions are not easy to come up with. So, and some context, I only included these choices because they were rumored to play it. But who would you want to see as Apocalypse? Dwayne Johnson, John Cena, just have him be CGI, or no one? So, what are your thoughts on this, Chad? You look confused.
I'm trying to picture it. I mean, I picture who played Apocalypse in the X-Men movie. The guy that played Moon Knight. Oscar Isaac. I mean, that's who I picture as Apocalypse, just because he did a pretty good job, even though that's not a great film. And the Egyptian thing, like I think you kind of need to cast someone that would be appropriate.
Yeah, that's exactly what Legion of Ivory wrote in. He said, wouldn't it be someone who's Egyptian? No. So, yeah.
Yeah, look at the backlash that he got for playing Black Lightning. Or was it is his Black Lightning? Is that his name? Or God, I can't think of it. Black Adam.
Oh, yeah, for Dwayne.
Yeah.
Well, 4% said John Cena, 7% said Dwayne Johnson, 39% said CGI, and 50% said no one.
I kind of want Nick Cage. I kind of want Nick Cage to play Apocalypse. That's kind of what I want. Just a little.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
Can I ask why? Yeah,
I mean, just because it would be iconically bad, right?
I can see that. Yep.
All right. Today we are covering Cruise Control. So again, this one actually aired after Self-Possessed. So that's the only context you need here, Chad, is Rogue is basically sick. So that's why she's not on the cruise ship. But they aired it they actually put it into the continuity after Apocalypse is just revived after the big finale. Makes no sense whatsoever. So we'll point out some little things that are references as we go.
According to
I'm
my
very
DVD.
triggered that you had me on for the cruise ship episode. I'll share later if you would like.
Oh my gosh.
Nightmare.
Oh, no.
Nightmare. I hate cruises.
Were you on the Titanic?
No.
I was just gonna say, did a volcano erupt on your cruise ship as well?
When COVID broke out, I used to have, I'm not joking, like physical nightmares of being trapped in a cruise ship room with my husband and 2 children where they like wouldn't let people out for like 3 months. I would like, it'd be like a murder suicide, the whole family. There's no way I would survive.
I've never been on
Hate
a
it.
cruise.
Hate it.
I would
Yeah,
feel so
wow, I'm
horrible.
sorry I
felt
invited
horrible
you
for
on.
those people.
Not as sorry as you're gonna be.
Nice. All right, this aired August 23rd, 2003, written by Steve Granite, Sidney Clark, Greg Johnson, directed by Gary Graham. He always makes me want to make us s'mores.
Huh. Did you notice that when I went to the ballet that my seat was GG? That I sat
that's
in?
why.
I was like, yeah, so I was
Okay.
like, oh, I gotta send
Oh.
the boys. It's GG, Gary Graham.
Yeah, I thought it was like some kind of makeup thing.
Yeah. To be fair, I was at the rally when you sent that, so I wasn't like thinking.
Yeah, and I was being hogtied and all kinds of stuff. So, you know. My
Things you'll
life.
hear on this show.
We were all doing gay things in our own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blindfolded, gagged, stuffed. It was amazing. You know, it was great.
Oh, yeah. And I was at the ballet.
Yeah.
At the
Wow, you're the
ballet.
straightest of it all.
And I was parenting, but with earrings.
Nice.
Super gay. Super gay. Yeah. No.
Yeah. All right, Kevin, get us into scene 1.
All right, scene 1. A cruise ship tears its way through the night. Bongos bongo while Boom Boom does the limbo. Storm goes to talk to Magma. She is feeling seasick. Boom Boom interrupts and pulls Boom. No, what? Something that's not
Oops.
right.
That's not right.
Who was
Pulls
it?
Magma away? I forget.
There we go. Boom
Yeah.
interrupts and pulls Magma away. On the deck below, Scott and Jean are being a non-couple by trying to kiss. Ooh, side eye. Ooh, yes. Kitty and Kurt giggle as Scott and Jean are about to kiss. The moment is ruined.
Do I just read on? Just checking protocol.
Do you have anything you want to add to the first scene? Anything you noticed?
Oh, there's so many silly moments in this series. It's really fun watching Boom Boom just be Boom Boom. I think that's my favorite part of the whole episode, actually. I love her the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Upon my rewatch, I was like, is Scott wearing marijuana leaves on his shirt?
I thought that too when watching it this morning. I was like, all right, you know, went on a
Yeah,
cruise
why
ship,
not?
whatever. You don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. When in Rome.
This whole episode is giving, like, there's a whole group of gay people on a straight cruise trying not to let anyone know that they're gay, right? Like,
Yes.
just keep that in mind as we
Yeah.
proceed.
Okay. I knew you'd have a fun little. We loved when you did the whole what's his name? How come I can't think of his name now? For the other episode you came on, you pointed out Liberace, how he would turn people to look like
Oh, yeah.
themselves. You always add the greatest narrative.
So scene 2?
Yep.
Scene 2. Scott and Jean see ice sculptures in the water. They go to investigate, and it's Bobby. He's showing off for Boom Boom and Amara. Boom Boom encourages Bobby to make another sculpture. So Bobby makes an iceberg and is like, I'm the king of the world! What movie is this, you guys? As they ship barrels toward an iceberg. Then he slips and is falling into the water. He can make an iceberg, but he can't propel himself back up to the boat, apparently. So he grabs a
Thank
rail,
you.
and Jean has to levitate him back on board. And now the cruise ship is heading dangerously toward the iceberg. The captain is worried.
Good guess.
The best way to prove you're straight by reenacting a Titanic moment.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I have
Pop
that in my
culture
notes
moment.
too. Yep.
Pop culture moment. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Gay pop culture moment.
Gay pop culture moment. All right.
All right. Boom Boom tells Amara to melt the iceberg, but she can't summon enough powers. Cyclops blasts the berg and saves the day. Bobby apologizes for being an idiot, but Scott is pissed off and storms off. Magma feels even more sick and goes to her room as well.
Scott really lets Bobby have it in this moment. He's like, "You guys, stop being gay. Someone's gonna notice."
Yeah.
It's accurate.
We know you want to be Rose.
Right.
Rose DeWitt
You can get painted like one of those French girls in your own rooms.
Yeah. Stop trying to get me to do that for you, Bobby. I don't want to get naked for you.
Oh, that sounds like
On
very
the
great.
bridge.
Okay.
Mhm. On the bridge, the crew are taking each other's temperatures. Very homoerotic. Some of the men are treated as if they are crazy for seeing an iceberg. It was right there, I swear.
Oh,
I swear there were homosexuals.
I know. Did you guys see?
They were
he was
frolicking
putting
and
the
everything.
thermometer in the other's mouth, and it was so just like I don't know. It was very gay to me. I want to go on this cruise ship.
it's like, do you have a fever? Do you have hay fever?
But that's not a thermometer.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to do a
Here.
brief cruise ship rant. There's a moment where there's a woman at the beginning. I don't remember exactly where this was. She's like sitting at a table and she's like, "Where is the orange juice that I ordered? Never mind." She's like super Karen, right? This is what I hate about cruise ships. Because every American that gets on a cruise ship suddenly feels like they have the right to be the biggest fucking asshole. Can I swear on your show? I'm just double checking.
Yeah.
To be
Of
the
welcome
worst
it, yeah.
person ever. Why is there a line? Where's my food? I've only had 4 helpings for breakfast. Give me more. Everyone's the worst. I hate it. I hate every
wow.
person on a cruise boat all the time. They're the worst people. And that lady captured that energy for me.
Oh, no, I'm scared to go on one. I've never been on one. I don't want to do it.
Did I tell you, Chad? Is this a bad time to say I'm going on a Disney cruise in November?
Have fun with all those children. My word. Don't be gay.
Okay, I'll try not to be. I'm very passable. All right.
Wear your
Kevin.
labubu on your right side, not your left side. That'll
I know.
get away. Yeah.
I'll take the blue one just so they don't suspect.
There you go. Perfect.
The cruise continues its trek through the next day. Boom Boom and Amara are in their cabin. Amara feels like she's sick because she's been away from the ground for so long. Like, oh, I never realized this about you before. Okay. Like, Boom Boom leaves Amara and sees Storm in Toy Story realness in the hall. Beautiful. Storm offers to stay while Boom Boom goes to breakfast.
There's
She's like,
a
"Yeah,
lot of X-Men. There's a lot of X-Men Evolution moments that feel like queer couples. There's a lot of lesbian moments on this show. Boom Boom and Magma, you could watch this episode and see them as girlfriends, and it would totally read the whole way through.
That's
that.
That's why
actually
she
kind
used a
of
toothbrush. Okay.
a lot.
Gross.
Yes.
Boom Boom's like, "I used your toothbrush. I hope you're not too sick." Yeah, that was a moment.
I'm like, ew. Like,
Have any of you ever
It's-
done that? Have you used somebody else's toothbrush ever?
You know. Especially not on a cruise ship.
I used Alan's accidentally once. We were vacationing and I brushed my teeth and I looked at it. I was like, oh. And then I was kind of like, well, you know,
whatever.
the other places I've licked of his, I guess the teeth isn't like the worst.
See, I thought the same thing because I've done that as well, but then I've gotten yelled at. And I was like,
oh.
Where were we 30 minutes ago? Like,
Right? Yeah, I mean, it's still gross. I didn't like that.
It
used
is,
a
it
toothbrush,
is.
But at the same time,
and I didn't do
you're
it
right,
on
like,
purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said accidentally.
accidentally. Alan took it well. I didn't get yelled at.
Was that an orthodontist joke? That's great.
You're welcome.
Scene 6. At breakfast, Jamie stares at the lobsters in the tank. Boom Boom and Cannonball try to enjoy their buffet breakfast as a Karen behind them, oh, here it is, complains about the hollandaise sauce. She's back. At the buffet, Jamie multiplies. Bobby scolds him for using his power. Hypocrite much? Don't be gay in public. Kitty and Kurt laugh and mock Jean and Scott as they have a sexy breakfast. Karen continues to berate the waiter. Boom Boom gets sick of her and pops a splody in her breakfast. That sounds like something sexual. The splody causes a chain reaction, which then starts a fire on the table. Jean uses her power to life the water tank over and drop it on the table, and all the mutants use their powers. And everyone's like, oh no, there's mutants on the boat. So now they are gay in public. After Scott yelled at everyone, Jean exposed them as queers. First of all, I love I love Jamie's like little kid voice on this show. It makes me really happy every time. Second, Ryan, what is a sexy breakfast?
Well, the way they were looking at each other, I feel like they'd be eating like
The eyes.
sausages and like rolls that are like pried open and like licking it. It's, that kind of thing. What?
Wow.
Also, these children are menaces. Everywhere they go, they're destroying property, like constantly in this show. It's insane.
Yes.
We've realized that throughout this show, being adults, we're like, they just fixed this manor. Like, they just lifted that giant chandelier. How do you know how much that costs? Poor people that like don't even know that the mutants are really around, and then they're jumping through their windows
Season 2, I just watched the episode where Boom Boom can't get her locker open, so she drops a little bomb in and it goes off, and then she's like, oh, this isn't my locker. Whoops.
So, speaking of this being a very gay cruise ship, did any of you notice there was a little bit of cross-dressing going on in this little scene? So, if you look at Cannonball, he's wearing a tank top, but it's like very strappy all the way down to here, all the way to where his breast would be, and then it's totally like a woman's top. If you watch it again, he's wearing a woman's top.
I just know Bobby's age.
Maybe that's what they wore in the fields.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. Wear what you want to wear, be who you want to be.
No, he wasn't he wasn't working in the fields. He was in the mines, and you wouldn't want to wear that in the mines. Yeah,
no.
Teenage me
Peter for a second.
So in love with Cannonball. Like, he was my husband growing up. I love him.
Me too. Yeah. I remember I had his little figure where you could put his fist up and like not like that. I wasn't doing that with his fist, but you can make him like fly. He was in his little like pilot outfit.
There was hot 90s Cannonball, but I'm talking like lanky, big ears 80s Cannonball.
Oh. Yeah, that too.
You know what they say about tall and lanky?
I love a dopey nice boy. That's my favorite.
Yeah. I found this very gay interaction between Nightcrawler and Cannonball in like the New Mutants, and I need to find it again because I don't know why I didn't screenshot that at the time. I counted a pop culture moment here with the way Kitty says, "Oh, Scott." It was very extra task.
Also, yes, that's very true. It's very much like Jean, but she's like, it's almost like she's mimicking them. But then she says something about the pastry. She's like, "Oh, I love your pastry," and this was the reference in X-23. That's how you know this came before the episode. We're supposed to.
So. I remembered that. Did you notice that, Chad? Did you notice that it was tying to X-23?
I did not notice, but I would argue that Jean likes Scott's pastry more.
Oh.
Very true. We're seeing a lot more of her liking that pastry in season 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Storm walks up in her Toy Story realness just in time to see the crowd running from the breakfast hall. Off-screen, Aurora scolds the teen. They talk about it as they head to the pool. Everyone starts gossiping about the mutants. Boom Boom apologizes for her actions. People start calling them freaks. Boom Boom excuses herself to check on Amara. Bobby subtly chills the pool, sending the bigots running. Just like Sean did this weekend.
Yay! Oh, so I forgot to show you guys these. Somebody was selling pins. I got dope instead of Pope. I love this one. We are the Resistance, and it's Princess Leia with her David Bowie realness.
I love that.
And elect a clown, expect a circus.
True.
It was a good weekend. All right. Scott and Jean are canoodling about the boat. An old ugly couple pass them and give them dirty looks. Jean and Scott are excited to get to the Bahamas and get some time away from the other shipgoers. Just then, the captain announces they are making an unscheduled landing at St. Sebastian Island. They will be docking there while they wait out rough weather. Is that too soon, Kevin? Waiting out rough weather?
You know,
Jeez.
I mean, it is. I was watching this while I was on the plane. I'm like, okay. I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, poor Kevin's flight got delayed 3 hours. He literally got home like 5 minutes before we started recording this podcast.
My brain is pretty much mush. It's fine.
Have the three of you ever been on a cruise? Any of you?
No.
I have.
Okay, so when you do an actual cruise excursion, like you pull up to the Bahamas or wherever, and they're like, you have 6 hours, go enjoy. And you get off the boat and you have to have your passports or whatever, right? And there's like 3 jillion people trying to sell you shit. They're like, hey, let me take your picture. Do you want to ride? You have to walk through this like gauntlet of people so that you can go buy an overpriced drink or like sit on a beach or do an excursion that you're super rushed because you got to get back to the boat on time. So you're like, you went to the Bahamas, but did it really count? So there's also the thing where the cruise is like, rough waters, you all just got to stay on the boat today. This like unscheduled location drop in San Sebastian is crazy. Picturing that as a consumer on a cruise ship, I'm a nightmare.
Yeah. I know that is your nightmare.
Not selling me on this cruise thing. I don't know. Maybe I should not do them.
The best part is you have to put your phone away because there's no Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Yep.
Or do a gay
That did
cruise.
happen
Those
to
are
me
more
once.
fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kevin would live it up on a gay cruise. There you go.
Mhm.
There you go. All the OnlyFans content I could make. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That did happen to me once where a cruise got delayed. And I remember like there was a full day at sea where we were just like booking it. They're like, it's going to get rough. And we just like zoomed on through.
Wow.
Also,
wasn't too
every
bad.
meal's a buffet. You just eat everything. And by day 5, you are done.
Yeah.
True.
I want to see Kevin fat.
I was a fat baby.
Okay.
I had a fat moment. Some of my pictures are having a bad day.
Whatever. Your bad day is like my dreams. One day I'll be that size.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know what to do.
All right. Scene 9, Kevin. You.
Oh, it's 9 already? Gasp.
Yeah.
Okay. Boom Boom comes in to check on Amara, and she is upset by their unexpected stop. Amara feels if she doesn't get to land soon, she'll die!
Drama much?
I mean, who knows? We don't know this part about her yet. Maybe she'll just, like, wither away to nothingness. Above deck, Scott and Jean are confronted by another bigoted couple. I thought it said big-footed for a minute. Big-toed.
They did have big
Like
feet.
big-toed. Scott smiles at them and they flee. Jean has the idea to go to shore. She flies Scott to the island. Dolphins jump around them. It's so romantic. Kurt and Kitty see the lovers bounce and teleport after them.
Kurt and Kitty are
This
so
is
weird
where the gay
episode.
elders are like, they already saw us being gay, so fuck it. Let's go make out on the deck.
Yep.
It's fine. And she just like flies them to the shore.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love how
Okay,
much
another-
Jean's colors. Oh, go ahead.
Please.
I was gonna say I love the colors that they use for like Jean's shawl and her bathing suit are like total. They're like Miss Marvel colors. You know what I mean? Like back when she had the green, kind of like the more, that every female basically had to have the pointy
The Wolverine
hat
mask.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Kitty cat mask.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing on cruises is you're on sea, right? Like, so you have to
Yeah.
like take a bunch of Dramamine and like get used to like the movement of the boat because you're like your insides are like doing this, and then when you get back on land, it's like the land is still, but your body's still moving.
Yes.
That's how I'm picturing Amara
Yes.
here. She's like, "Oh my god, get me off this fucking boat! Like my insides are going crazy. I'm gonna throw up everywhere."
Yep, she's done.
And odds are it will be lava, so I should go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna vomit lava all over.
The floor is lava. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Boom Boom vows to sneak Amara on land. Boom Boom is at a loss as to how to get Amara to land, and then Bobby knocks on the door, and Boom Boom has an idea, which you always know is going to be great. She has Bobby make them an ice canoe, and they paddle directly to shore. The gayest way to go.
Yeah. I thought there were so many better ways for Bobby to use his
There's so
power
many
than
easier
like
ways.
make an ice canoe and then he has
I
to
know.
paddle.
You have to know the word.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
come on now.
You're on the ocean. Make a slide. Make a roller coaster. Do something fun.
They
Or
didn't want
an
to spoil. They didn't want you to
iceberg?
do the slide twice in one episode. That's what it
Iceberg?
was.
That's true.
Yeah. But also seems very Boom Boom for her to be like, okay, you make the boat, you paddle, me and Amara are just gonna sit here and have a great time now, you know?
True. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and let Amara eat me out as you paddle.
Happy Pride.
There's a
That'd be
scene
great.
of Boom Boom. There's a scene of Boom Boom in the comics that lives in my brain when she's like her like crazy teen runaway era, where she just drops a little time bomb down like Bobby's pants and it like blows out the back of his pants. And he's like, "Hey!" Like, and he starts chasing her. It's so good.
Nice.
I love that.
I love her.
Me too. She's so chaotic, so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
On the shore, a local farmer's market is in full bloom. Scott finds a postcard of an active volcano. Jean revels in the absence of the other kids. Just then, Scott and Jean see Bobby, Amara, and Boom Boom. The kids are going to travel up to the hot springs and invite the lovers along. Scott points out a badly hidden Kurt and Kitty and invites them along too.
Kurt's in this like
They're all
sexy
fucking
little like
creepers.
he's got his like image inducer, but he's in this like sexy like open shirt, like showing off the girls.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, good for you, Kurt.
Yeah. I'd do the
Living
same
his
if I have
life.
an image inducer. All right, the students make their way into the hot springs, all except Bobby, who doesn't do hot water. He makes an ice chair and chills. Amara is starting to feel better. She goes into magma form and goes underwater. Her magma form activates the volcano. All the students get out of the water as it heats up. The ground starts shaking. Bobby makes an ice slide to get them out of there quick. There's that ice slide
Mhm.
finally.
There it is. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This scene of them in the hot springs made me smile so big that, oh my god, this water's so great. And then after Magma dives down, they're like, is it getting hotter in here, you guys? Like,
Yes. Very 90s
And-
porn.
Yeah. This is like the Skinamax porn.
Yes.
And there's always the queer read, right? Like Magma, once she's out of sight of the normies, like she can like take on her full form. She can just gay it up in her like hot lava, my pussy's on fire, look underneath the hot springs water.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep. And
Literally, pussy on fire.
have we seen her in this form? I always forget.
Yes.
Yes, but not
I
as
asked that
long.
too.
It's only in quick bursts, like first but
Mhm.
second kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah.
And
There's
sometimes
one
she'll just
scene
be
in a
like,
comic
"Hands
book-
Go.
There's one scene in a comic book with Magma, and there's another like Magma guy, and they're like in a volcano, basically like having sex in a lava flow, like in full fire form. It's like some sort of cosmic lava love. I'm like, good for you, girl. I'm here for you. And then he dies immediately afterward because
Oh.
Wanda takes everyone's powers away, and he loses his powers and dies in the magma.
Yes.
That's
and that's
terrible.
how she
Real
goes
scene.
off. Yes. Yep.
How come that wasn't in this episode?
Maybe it was.
Oh,
You didn't see the secret. Yeah, you didn't see the secret ending.
in-
Yeah.
In the background.
Kevin.
13.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Down below, fathoms below, Jean and Scott are enjoying lunch. The earth starts shaking. Everyone goes running as destruction ensues. Jean and Scott rush into action. They use their powers to stop a gaggle of rocks from squishing people. I love that gaggle of rocks. The
You're
other
welcome.
students show up just in time to help the rescue efforts. Everyone is important and finds a way to help. Although they do stupid stuff. Like, Bobby, you're going to put an ice thing in front of the lava? Okay. Like,
That was dumb.
I'm like, really?
Scott like destroys one of their buildings, and then it just immediately evaporates in the magma.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
It's
Why?
like, very terrible. Yeah. So everyone is important and finds a way to help. The ground stops shaking. The villagers gather around the mutants. Scott starts to try to talk them down until the villagers cheer for them. Yeah, this whole sequence of like trauma, it was super like Final Destination type shit. I was like, these people would be dead. And then the fact that they're saving them, they're like, oh, this means death is gonna come for you later. Like that girl that crushed by the house, and then Kitty's like,
Did you
oh,
just see
there's, like, a lady in
Bloodlines or
here.
something?
I didn't, but I'm thinking about it.
Bloodlines is amazing. It's better than any of the other sequels. I loved it. It's just so camp
See,
and so wonderful.
Yeah, it's on my radar. I need to do it.
I do love a good camp.
Yeah, but yeah. So like that one lady that got hit under, like, crashed under her house. I was like, how is she alive?
Yeah.
But maybe she's suffocating in there. Anyway, so they lift up the strangers and with powers who saved them. Like, yay, we love you guys. Like, oh, this is different. They're not gonna be like boo on us. Okay, cool. So the X team begins celebrating with the villagers while showing off their powers. Look at me, we're super fabulous. So there you go.
The locals let us be gay. We don't have to hide anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We are king of the world.
So back on the ship, Storm has sent Jamie and a bunch of his dupes to locate the students because she's useless and she can't do anything until the music cues later and she gets her big moment. I always love when Storm makes her big entrance and the music changes just a little bit. It's kick-ass every time. So
Yep.
Jamie reports back, they're nowhere to be found, because he's like 12. And Storm has a bad feeling that they went to shore.
Claire.
They wouldn't do that.
It kind of cracks me up that Storm is like the chaperone for the group all the time. I don't know. She's fun in this show in her own way.
Yeah.
It kind of pees us off because she's totally underused. She's basically Professor X's driver. It's like she could, but
It
this
drove
was
me
an episode
crazy
she was
when we
used
found
kind of
out. Yeah, when we found out Xavier can drive on his own, I'm like, why the fuck have you been having Storm drive you around this whole time? It pissed me off. But 2 weeks ago we had Daxclamation on, and her read of Storm on the show was just everything. I love
Dax is hilarious.
Yes.
Mhm.
She didn't hold back too. It was fun.
She did not.
Back on the island, the X team sits down for dinner and drinks. Non-alcoholic, of course. The ground starts to shake again, but only momentarily. Bobby is sure that he can handle the volcano if it erupts. Is this like a euphemism for him being gay again?
Yeah, definitely.
When is it
He
not?
can handle.
Yeah.
Very valid, Chad. Amara admits to Scott that she thinks that she triggers the volcano. Just then, a thunder erupts from the cruise ship, and the students are pretty sure it's coming from an angry storm. Just then, the volcano erupts. Somehow, none of the debris hits anyone until they run to safety.
See, death is coming back for them. See?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the volcano effects on this episode were actually pretty great. It's fun to watch them fighting a full natural disaster. I enjoyed that part.
Yeah.
True. You get to really see their powers
Right.
in use too.
Yep. The show's always good with their powers. That's like the one standout.
Mm-hmm.
Amara sees a fissure opening and closes it. She walks into the smoke. Boom Boom tries to follow her, but she is cut off by lava. The lava crawls down the mountain towards the village. Scott shoots rocks into its path. Bobby tries to help, but his ice melts. Kitty saves a woman by phasing her as a burning tree falls towards her. Kurt ports someone off of a burning dock, and Amara continues her trek up the mountain. I love how 80s Bobby's power was. Like, it made that Rainbow Bright sound when she makes rainbows.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Bishoo!" And he, like, did it in such, like, a... Bishoo! So 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to see Magma as the focus of something. It's so rare to see that. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that part of this too. And they also made her kind of like a woman of color a little bit instead of like the blonde Roman chick she is in the
Yeah.
comics. It's fun to see
Mhm.
her like more Polynesian looking a little.
Yeah,
I
add some
agree.
flavor to a very much whitewashed team.
It's very much giving like a Pele energy, right? Like the goddess of the volcano or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Is it Kevin, right?
Is it right? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right. Storm enters the fracas, and silently calls forth the rain to cool the lava. You go inside with that fracas. Okay. Scott and Jean do their best to quell the lava. These words, quell the lava. But it's too much.
Quell your
Boom,
fracas,
boom,
Kevin.
Yeah, I love it.
That's only if you subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You know,
He has a gaggle
there's
of
some good
people who
stuff
do.
on there. There's some good stuff on there coming on the horizon. Anyway, Boom Boom reports into
Coming.
Storm. So Boom Boom reports in a storm that Amara went up the mountain. Storm flies off to go look for her. Oh, wow, wow.
I'm going to keep going. At the top of the volcano, Amara goes full flamer and stands at the precipice. She is using her powers to calm the volcano. This is what happens when you don't have to pretend not to be queer anymore. Storm flies in to just see the action. She pleads with Amara to stop. The cliff gives way, and Amara falls or dives into the lava. Like, fucking trust me. I know what I'm doing. I'm made of fire. Leave me alone. Inside the lava, Amara cools the lava into stone. The other students arrive. They are dismayed to hear Amara fell into the volcano, but Amara explodes from the lava and tells Storm she feels like she merged with the volcano. In other words, she came so hard. Storm tells her she is finding the true nature of her powers.
She's like, I think you
That
are.
was a different read
That's
than I
after
got, but it makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah.
But again, if her pussy was on fire the whole time.
Yeah.
Magma didn't make it.
Where do you think the lava was coming from?
Oh no.
Her heart.
Her
Dude,
heart.
someone's on the rag.
But it was her heart.
What she held within her all along.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. Nighttime. The villagers are cleaning up the mess from the volcano. They cheer when the X-Men return. Storm is taken back from the cheering. She's usually, used to the bigots and people that hate the gays, but they're able to be gay here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to be gay. Storm scolds Scott and Jean for leaving the ship. She tells the others she knows that they were trying to help Amara, but they should have consulted with Storm first. The students are sad at the thought of going back to the ship, but they're excited that Amara has finally come.
See what I mean?
Well.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's finally come.
Yep.
I told you.
Yep. I mean, I didn't think of it, but it all makes sense as you're taking us through it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chad, why don't you get us started off? Tell us your thoughts on the episode and then rate it for us. Britishly bitchin' like Emma, pretty cool like Iceman, Australian Wolverine, you kind of love it but kind of hate it. fat and sweaty like Jubilee, or unspeakable like X-Men Origins Deadpool?
You know, this one was kind of Britishly bitchin'. There's a lot of silly moments, but I love a good one-off. When you're reading comics or watching a show, to have like a self-contained episode where you get character development, funny antics, and that Karen on the boat who was whining about her fucking hollandaise sauce, I hope she burned up in the lava flow.
Yes.
I wanted the lobster
really,
to pinch her
like-
boob.
Yeah. Wow.
She just
Now
wakes
that we
up,
know
she
the
gets
lava
up, and there's a
flow,
lot.
like, now that we know the lava is Magma's, juices, that changes everything for me.
It's always fun to read the X-Men or view the X-Men with the queer analogy, but of course it's superpowers, right? Like people are literally in danger when they're being irresponsible. Boom Boom sets a fire in the kitchen and Iceman, like generates a full iceberg. But of course they save the day because that's what the queers always do. We make you
Yep,
uncomfortable
that's
and
what
then
we
we
do.
save the day at the end. I really love that read every time. And these are really fun characters. You could tell the creators had a blast making this episode.
Yeah. Kevin, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it is kind of a filler episode, but also really well done. Like, nothing's wrong with it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I want to give it like, I don't want to give it pretty cool. I want to give it like pretty hot.
Oh, wow.
For lava. I lavaed it.
Pretty hot like
yeah.
Magma is what you're saying?
Yeah. It's really hot and red.
Was this Magma's Moana moment? That's kind of what I'm getting now that I'm thinking
she
about
is.
Mhm.
I am Moana, and then like that's great. So that's what it is. But I loved it. I think it was fun. Antics, shenanigans.
And Ryan, how about you?
I'm also gonna go with Kev on this one. I think pretty cool like Iceman. I really liked it a lot. There wasn't anything really wrong with it. It was a filler episode that was misplaced, but at least we didn't see Blob's hair, so we didn't get to see where it really belonged.
Okay, yeah, Did you notice that when you're watching season 2, Chad? Like, there's some out of order episodes, so Blob's hair comes in and goes out, and it gets a little crazy.
I didn't notice that necessarily, but boy, were there some really fucking dumb voices in season 2. That was my favorite part. Some of the voice acting, I'm like, oh wow, these were decisions that were made.
I'm standing with my boys. I gave it pretty cool like Iceman. I do love though that Magma gets to see her day. Like, it's cool when we get to see the minor characters like get a full flesh story. And I think it's really creative because I don't remember, Chad will keep me straight here.
I will not.
You will not. I don't think this is something that was introduced in the comics. I don't remember Magma having a thing where she can't be near the ground. So I think this was like an interesting addition to the lore.
I haven't done a read on Magma recently, but I don't think so. I don't think that's one of her stories. She doesn't have a lot.
No. She doesn't. She's
most
just from
of
an
her
ancient
like focus
civilization.
stories are like, most of her stories were like, my dad was a rich white slave owner and I'm trying so hard to fit into society. Like, it's very that energy a lot of the time.
Very
and
that.
Also my grandma's a Celine. That's the best part about this character, is that her grandma's Celine.
Yeah, true. And she what devil did she go on a date with a few times?
Mephisto, that's a fun
Mephisto,
one.
yeah,
That's
she went on a few dates with Mephisto, and he was like in love with her, like he really liked her, and she was like, "Fuck you, I'm just doing this for."
she actually had a good time. She agreed to go out with him again.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other way around.
No, she had
reread
fun.
that.
Just random quick segue, but in Avengers Academy right now, Blackheart as like a human is giving me life. He is so hot. I'm here for it.
I got to record a character episode with Anthony Oliveira and the creator of Blackheart, Annie Nocenti. It's wonderful. Had so much fun reuniting those two.
I will listen to that because I am loving that. Like, Ryan and I are always like, "Ooh, what's going on in Avengers Academy? It's so good. It's so gay. It's so
wonderful.
queer.
I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
All right, let's go in reverse order. MXP, most excellent player. I obviously gave it to Magma. This was her episode. She fucked up the day and she saved the day, so I gave it to her. How about you, Rai Rai?
I'm gonna go with Boom Boom, just because she was like so adamant about helping her girlfriend out, and made sure that she was okay and was be able to have relief at the end of the episode.
Merciful release.
Oh my.
How about you, Kev?
I give it to the Magster, the Magma girl. Yeah, I give it to her.
Okay.
Because yeah,
Magsters.
I think just because it is nice to see her lore expanded, and to see her step up and have something to show off and be proud of. You know, I love that.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
How about
That's like some of my favorite parts about, like we were saying about X-Men Evolution, is that you get fun backstories about characters that we really didn't get in X-Men the animated series.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Daddy?
Not Iceman, that's for fucking sure. But I will give it to
The
Magma because here's the thing: Magma's one of those characters that's so overpowered, right? Like, unless she has like a really limited power set, she can like point her finger and squirt some magma out. She like summons her powers and a fucking volcano erupts in the danger room, right? So she's not a character that really gets to get like let loose in this kind of way. But I also don't want to give it to Magma because she caused the volcano to go off in the first place. So
Yeah.
I will destroy civilization and then save it. It's very Magma somehow. So I'm still going to give it to her.
Oh my god, you know what you just made me think of? She's giving Trump energy, where like Trump banned TikTok and then he like got money out of it and then he saved TikTok. That's who she is in this. She causes the problem and fixes it.
We're going to blame
Trump,
homophobia. Homophobia drove her to summon a volcano, and her self-acceptance allowed the volcano to go back down in the earth.
What did
love
Magma
that.
do to you to have you compare her to Trump?
Her dad was a white slave owner. It's not that far. It's a stretch. Her mother's a vampire. Her grandmother's a vampire. It's fine.
Evil.
That is, yeah. She's, like, oh god, one of the daughters.
Her most stable relationship in the comics is with Empath, who like made her love him. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a great track record. Mephisto and Emplate, like, not great. Or Empath, sorry.
And your other guy died in the middle of sex because of the Scarlet Witch.
Oh.
Although now I really want to see Mephisto go on a date with M-Plate because I can see it.
Yes. Shh, keep the mask on. All right, so X factors. So favorite moment or thing that connects us to the greater X universe or showcases it. Who wants to go first?
I can go.
Okay.
My X factor is the fact that the villagers praised them, which is pretty unusual. What they've been accustomed to, and I think it's nice to feel some kind of recognition for their efforts and for the good deeds they're doing. And that was really nice. So yeah.
Mine, I'm just gonna go because it's pretty much the same. I remember the first time I went out of the country to the UK, I was just so amazed at like how different the culture is and how, you know, people have different values in America. Not to say America's any better or worse than the UK, it's just different. So I think this episode really shows kids like get out of your comfort zone, get into another country, see how other people live. It teaches you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
While Bobby was trying to parody a movie that he had seen one time by generating an iceberg, the Titanic is a real thing, and he almost Titanicked the ship. So that gets my real world comparison. He was not the king of the world.
No, he's more like the
Get in
queen
your
of the
ice
world,
canoe
actually.
and row away, Bobby.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was the fuck up of this episode for sure.
He was. Even more so than usual.
I know.
Mine was basically like in the storms or in the comics, in the movies, all that stuff, whenever Storm gets pissed off and like the weather starts changing, I thought that was kind of the thing that related to more to the X-Men universe in this one. It was one of those where it was hard to find something from the comics in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's so its own thing.
Yeah.
All right. And previously on this week, who would you most want to party on a cruise with? Iceman, Boom Boom, Nightcrawler, or Shadowcat?
Shadowcat. I love a good dance partner. We could just go cut a rug. It'd be fun.
Okay. I like that.
If I wasn't giving dad energy before, I just pulled a phrase out of 1962 and said cut a rug. So you're welcome. Let's go to the sock hop, Shadowcat. We'll have a great time.
At the sock hop, yes.
We'll get a pop.
A soda pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And play some songs on the jukebox. I see right away I wanted to say Bobby because I was like, oh my god, that would be fun just to party with Bobby. He'd be a good time, funny guy. But then when you put Boom Boom in there, I was like, never mind. No, I've got to party with Boom Boom. Like, I know she'll drink me underneath the table, but it will be a very fun night.
I feel like I would get hurt.
I know, right?
I'm like, I'll end up in jail if I party with you too hard.
I don't want broken legs.
Yes. No. I understand that, and I also kind of want it to be documented. Like, I need to have like a film crew around me at all time, just to be like, you never know.
Sell that to
when
HBO.
Yeah. A night with Boom Boom.
Yeah. Oh. Well. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. There you go. That's even, amazing.
There we go.
I had the same conundrum. See, there's another great word. Conundrum. I was torn between Iceman and Boom Boom, but I went with Boom Boom as well. I'm here for the dangerous party. Like, let's get it. Like, show me a good time.
Yes.
I'm gonna pick Nightcrawler so he can spin me with his tail.
Oh.
And Bamf. I want to Bamf all over.
Oh, that is a good selling point.
What do you mean by bamfing? Bamfing, yeah. Where do you want to be bamfing all over?
All the ways.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes. So let's quickly talk about our Danger Room Diva from last week.
Come on, Gambit, can't you make this program a little tougher?
Oh, it's no game, buddy. It's the Danger Room. It's where we train.
Danger Room Divas!
Simulation complete.
So this one was very much not as dirty as the week before, which is good. We needed a break from that. Who would touch drag queens inappropriately at a drag brunch? And it was Apocalypse or Storm. I had Apocalypse. Michael Blanco had Storm. And yeah, we all kind of knew this would happen. Storm got 21%. Apocalypse got 79%, which makes me the winner!
Mm-hmm.
Apocalypse! Blasphemous!
Blasphemy! I was going to say that and I couldn't remember the word.
I remember that was my first episode, actually. I was on with you guys. Was that episode when he said that? And he's like, blasphemers. And I was like, been there, girl. I've been called it too.
All right, so what that means, since I won, I get to choose who goes against Chad. I'm going to choose Ryan.
Good.
Good.
You're the new Kevin, Ryan.
All right.
I have no thought capacity for it. I really don't.
Okay. It used to be that everybody would choose Kevin, so just week after week it was Kevin. So we had to make rules that you can't always choose Kevin. All right, so Chad, as our guest, do you want to be a hero or a villain?
Villain.
Ooh, you dirty girl.
I had a shitty day. I'm in a villain mode.
Go
easy
fine.
on me,
You
all
got
right? Go easy on me.
Ruckus.
Ooh.
There's the word.
Yeah.
Big ruckus.
Mm-hmm. All right, and Ryan, you get I spun it really well. It keeps going.
You spin me
This
around.
will be
Ruckus
fun.
is
You get
a Ruckus
Deadpool.
is. Oh wow.
Who is it? Sorry, I didn't see.
Deadpool.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Ruckus is a Clement Wilson, the pink-haired, like flowing, like locks,
Mhm.
Sonic Scream member of the Nasty Boys. I'm here for Ruckus. That's great.
Yep.
Oh yes.
And
He has a
Ryan, tell
teammate
Chad
named
you're...
Ramrod.
Yeah! That goes exactly into what I was
named
going to bring up.
Hairbag.
Yep. Tell Chad the theory you heard about the Nasty Boys.
Oh, I always I said that I feel like the Nasty Boys are like idled after gay stereotypes. Ruckus, the loud gay. Furball, the hairy guy. Wait, what's the bigger guy's name? The beefy guy. Slab. The
Mhm.
guy that's always obsessed with going to the gym and having his body look perfect. And then what else do we have in the gay culture? The person that's always obsessed with plastic surgery and changing their face. Gorgeous George.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. They're also created by Mr.
Georges.
Sinister and named after a Janet Jackson song. So
Yes. Just adding to that lore.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's see what your situation is. Okay. Who would make a better
goodness.
Power Ranger?
Oh.
Ruckus or Deadpool?
Oh my goodness.
So
What a
yes,
fun
Ruckus or
question.
Deadpool, who would make a better Power Ranger? Chad, do you want to go
Okay.
first or second?
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead and go.
So Ruckus is a team player. Ruckus, you put a suit of armor on him and we amplify that sonic scream. There's all kinds of crazy shit he can do with sonics, which is fun. You put the other members of the Nasty Boys in other suits of armor and they create the gayest, like, giant fisting sex doll, like, of Optimus Prime that you've ever seen. They will quell your fracas over and over again. The Nasty Boys with Ruckus, his suit would be pink because he has pink hair, and he's going to give hairband energy.
Chad, that was really good. Yeah,
I know. I'd hate to follow that act.
Oh,
All
God.
right, Ryan, tell me when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, go.
All right, so the reason that Deadpool would make a good Power Ranger is because if we remember, he was on the Avengers not once but twice. Actually, he was on both the second Unity team and then I think the third one. He's always actually trying to join the X-Men as well, so he's trying to do well. The only thing that would stink is every time that instead of them they never really kill bad guys, the Power Rangers, he would actually be killing them though. So I feel like Zordon would have an issue with it. So he'd be
Kicked off.
Yeah, exactly.
We got the gist.
And then welcome back, kicked off. He'd be like one of those guys.
I want to see him get his Zordon though. Like his
I think
like,
Deadpool would just kill the other Power Rangers.
Probably. Yeah, that's true. He'd fixate on one of them and just flirt with them all the time and then kill the rest.
And then he'd go fuck Rita Repulsa in the back room.
Yes. I also wanted to talk about what Zord he had, but then when you mentioned the fisting Zord, I was like, I can't top that, so I'm good.
Yeah. Well, you can. It's just no.
But you can get topped by the fisting Zord.
Yeah.
No, that's
it would be
on
an
my
inflatable unicorn.
OnlyFans.
We all know.
Wait, who did porn?
All right. What?
I said
Who did
I
porn?
said it would be an inflatable unicorn. We all know.
Oh, okay. I was like, which Power Ranger did porn? Because I
Wait,
look that
who
up
did
after
porn?
this.
Ruckus did porn for sure.
Yes, he did. He's still doing it right now.
So that's who I collabed with. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
And if you listen very softly, you can hear him scream.
Oh no! That's so disturbing. All right. So before we wrap up here, that is the end of season 3. We're going to take our 2-week break and we'll be back on 7/11 Free Slurpee Day with the beginning of season 4 of X-Men Evolution. Chad, thank you so much for coming on, especially because what the listeners don't know is I made you come on right after we recorded another one of your lovely comic reenactments where I am Hercules.
Yeah, Champions number 3. Go listen to it on my show. There's literally a scene where Ghost Rider rides in and is talking about Iceman's Mountain, which he created in this episode as well. And he goes, I saw Iceman's Mountain, and it was still as big and hard and frozen as ever. Literal line of dialogue. So we have a beautiful symmetry between the two recordings.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It was so much fun. And we had a Demand a Martini guest on that one too amongst the regulars, so it was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me over to your house. Delightful every time. Would love to return.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
To have you back.
It's so nice meeting you, Chad.
Nice to meet you.
And where can the listeners find you?
I keep my own social media private, guys. I got kids, but you can follow the show. Graymalkin_Lane on Instagram is the easiest place. Posting episodes every Monday and Thursday. So come listen to my Face for Radio on my podcast if you'd like. We have a good time and we're diving deep all the time. And stay safe out there, friends. Be queer, be loud, be safe. It has never been more needed. Love you much. Thank you for creating this space. I'm so happy to have been here today.
Yay.
Thank you.
That was beautifully said. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at RYEORIO, or you guys can find me in the Solving for X comments. Happy Pride.
And Kevin?
Yeah, you can find my Instagram, KJEEZY87. It's been very scantily clad lately. Of course, I guess
that's different for you.
I can't help it. I don't know. Anyway, and then you can also find me back at the manor on Words of the Witches with Sean, covering the Charmed magazines. Ooh.
Yes. And you can find me on Shawnee Havoc on Instagram, on TikTok, on Blue Sky, on Threads. You can also find our podcast on solvingforx.xmen.tas on YouTube, where you can find this video, or on Instagram. And please go ahead and check out my footage and videos from the march on Saturday, so you can see what's really going on out there. Somebody did like a Miss Piggy flipping the saying fuck ice and like flipping people off. I forgot to post that one. But
I love that.
Thank you for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks with Impact.
Woo! Boom.
Here we go, season 4.
Hang 10.
I watched all of season 2 in a week, so like it's been playing on my brain for like days and days. Da 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 da. Like the end credits of that cartoon, we won't turn off. It's just like days of that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, goodbye, boys.
See ya.